Sometimes you watch a film और आपका मूड और दिन दोनों ही खराब हो जाता है. That's actually what happened when I watched this film. Hi, I'm Pratiksha Mishra and you're listening to my review of Bastar, the Naxal story. The Kerala story के सक्सेस के बाद डायरेक्टर सुदीप्तो सेन has turned his lens on the Naxal conflict. पर ये बहुत ही जल्दी क्लियर हो जाता है कि दिस फिल्म इज इंटरेस्टेड इन टेलिंग यू द नक्सल स्टोरी, क्योंकि वो इस सब के ओरिजिन में ही नहीं जाता है. Bastar, the Naxal story is just another film which uses the based on real life incidents का tag to just push the limits of what is called creative liberty. इस फिल्म में कई जगह एक्चुअल नक्सलाइट वायलेंस का रेफरेंस है, हालांकि उन्हें रिक्रिएशन कहना सही नहीं होगा, including the horrific killing of 76 CRPF officers, but this film is not the film to do it justice. फिल्म के एक सीन में द माओइस्ट लीडर लंका रेड्डी प्लेड बाय विजय कृष्णा सेज कि वो लोग कंट्रोल करते हैं कि लैंड का ओनर कौन होगा और उस पे खेती कौन कर सकता है. ओके, बट दिस फिल्म never goes into why that is happening. The Naxalbari uprising of 1967 is not even mentioned because mentioning it would pose a very big threat to the movie, which is to actually look into nuance. Instead, Bastar claims that the Maoists in the films are in a nexus with LTTE, with Lashkar-e-Taiba, to name a few. It also claims that communists have an in everywhere. Media, Bollywood, even NGOs aren't spared. A college in Delhi is censored in this film, but it's very abundantly clear कि वो क्या बोल रहे हैं, especially क्योंकि ट्रेलर में ही ज़्यादा कुछ छुपाया नहीं था. All of this is especially ironic considering what the state of media is like in our country now. However, ये फिल्म का मेन प्लॉट पॉइंट नहीं है. The central plot point in this film is that of a court proceeding, that of the Supreme Court banning the Salwa Judum militia. The Salwa Judum was formed to tackle the Naxalite extremist violence in the valley and was reportedly supported by the Chhattisgarh government. फिल्म इस बैन को भी एक वर्ल्ड वाइड कंस्पिरेसी की तरह बताती है and actually doesn't get into the Supreme Court judgment. अगर आप बिना किसी हिस्टोरिकल कॉन्टेक्स्ट के ये फिल्म देख रहे हैं, then you will not find out that the Supreme Court had banned this counter-insurgency group after finding evidence of human rights violations. ये फिल्म नक्सलाइट वायलेंस के एक के बाद एक ग्राफिक सीन्स दिखाती जाती है, पर ये जो ह्यूमन राइट्स वायलेशंस है, these are either very briefly mentioned या पूरी तरह से व्हाइट वॉश कर दिए जाते हैं in the name of functioning for the greater good. The lawyer who is arguing to ban the Salwa Judum, Neelam, is played by Shilpa Shukla. उन्होंने एक और इंसान के खिलाफ भी accusations लाए हैं, which is IPS officer Neerja Madhavan, played by Ada Sharma. The accusations against her are and not limited to extrajudicial killings. Neerja Madhavan is a hard-headed police officer जिसने decide किया है कि वो बस्तर से at least Naxalite movement को हटा देंगी, and for this she will go to whatever means necessary. Neerja then recruits Ratna, played by Indira Tiwari, to become a special police officer or SPO after her husband is killed by Lanka Reddy. One of the best aspects, honestly, of Bastar, the Naxal story, and I say that also very loosely, is the story that we see of Ratna and her son. Ratna becomes an SPO and her son joins the Naxalite group. इन दोनों की स्टोरी पे अगर ये फिल्म फोकस करती to actually give them more to do in the film or to explore their characters more, give us more insight into their motivations, इन दोनों के सर पे ही पूरी फिल्म चल जाती. It would have been a much better film, but this film is not interested in doing that. Honestly, some of the most effective parts of the film also, जहाँ पे आपके थोड़े से emotions जागे, are all scenes that feature Indira. The pain, the loss, the anger that you see in her eyes, in her son's eyes, are genuinely something that you can't look away from, especially because film के बाकी सारे performances are not that noteworthy. Ada Sharma plays her character Neerja in a way that isn't as hammy as her act in the Kerala story, but it isn't that great either. It just isn't convincing. The action is okay. It just, for a police officer or for an officer who is so highly trained and is in a region that is under such high risk, just the body language and the action in general is not convincing. Shilpa Shukla and Raima Sen in this film also have some decent acting skills, but the problem is कि उनके कैरेक्टर के पास एक ही चीज़ है, या तो वो गुस्से से किसी को देखते रहते हैं, evilly smile करते रहते हैं, या प्लानिंग और प्लॉटिंग करते रहते हैं. तो even there we don't actually get to see who they are as actors. मुझे इस फिल्म की टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट्स की भी बात करनी है, बट अगेन देयर इज नॉट मच देयर, देयर इज जस्ट नथिंग मेमोरेबल. द बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक इज फाइन, इट्स काइंड ऑफ जेनेरिक, द कैमरा वर्क इज डिसेंट, इट डज इट्स बेस्ट वर्क व्हेन देयर काइंड ऑफ कैप्चरिंग द सेटिंग ऑफ द फिल्म. Other than that, again, also kind of generic. The songs aren't very memorable. The one song that does stand out is kind of a revolution protest anthem that I don't think the film wants you to like, but that's the one thing that actually had some kind of effect on me. The ground reality of Naxalite violence and the state's response to it is complicated, and that is something that this film does not have the ability to explore. They do sometimes mention the sexual violence against tribal women, but this film doesn't actually delve into the gendered nature of violence in conflict areas. बट ये फिल्म वही सेम घिसा पिटा रिकॉर्ड बजाती रहती है. देयर इज अ जर्नलिस्ट वान्या रॉय एंड अ प्रोफेसर यमुना नागर हु इन दिस film are shown as Maoist sympathizers, and they're also people who Neelam is defending. The leftist liberals read books by Arundhati Roy and Mao Zedong, and somehow that is supposed to convince you that they are this big bad wolf in this story. The words like communist, leftist, liberal are just thrown around. I am honestly curious कि do we as a society even remember कि इन words का meaning क्या है? मतलब ऐसे उनको पर्यायवाची शब्द की तरह use नहीं कर सकते हो. They're very distinctly different things, but the film is not interested in that distinction. I don't even want to begin to get into the dangers of conflating an ideology with extremism. It's something we've been doing at least for the past decade in cinema, but again, it's still so dangerous. But ये बात समझाते समझाते हम भी थक गए हैं. Because in this film, in Bastar the Naxal story, there is a part where a revolutionary anthem in a college is cut, just intercut with the Maoist group celebrating CRPF killings. This film genuinely is just exhausting to watch. There are times when I feel like talking about the dangers of cinema like this is कि आप एक दीवार से बात कर रहे हो, and my only hope is that दीवारों के भी कान होते हैं. And that is why my rating for Bastar the Naxal story is 1.5 stars out of 5.